about a month from now.
Yeah,
about
over a
month and a half from now. That's way off. Way
like
off.
5,
Ladies
6
and gentlemen,
weeks.
this episode is it really that powerful?
Ba, 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 ba.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Improv Gaming.
Welcome back. You know what I was watching the other day?
I like it better when
Pete,
he's hungover.
Pete tells everybody, right? Watch your puzz and your tuzz, right? And then he just fucking screams back right into the microphone.
You know what I was watching today? Whenever I need a good laugh, I'll
Not
go.
football, clearly.
I'll go to our videos, and when we had AJ on that one episode where you go, "Welcome back, guys," and he goes, "You know the weather is pretty nice right now," and you just stare him down. I still love that.
Pete, I stare a lot of people down. Most of all you.
Yeah, you have to. We sit across from each other.
Yeah. No, I don't. I could look at my glass and just not pay attention to you like I do sometimes also.
Cheers. I don't have a glass. Nick's not nice. He didn't get me water.
Oh, wait. I did pour you a glass of
He
water.
does. It's over there.
It's over there.
You son of a bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some concerns.
You do? Tell me.
I mean, not major concerns because I don't give a shit. But I know people out there give a shit about Xbox, and I have some concerns. And I kind of want to talk about this, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to think that I have the blinders on as a PS4 fanboy. Or a Sony fanboy, I should say. Of course, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Sony. We seem to be a very big Sony family here.
I still love my Xbox.
Yeah, as a paperweight, I know.
No, time out. It turned on the other day.
Yeah,
By accident or on purpose?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know, but the fucking
That was one of
demons
the first
possessed
things
it to turn it on. I have no idea.
Dude, my Xbox turned on. I was like, well, we know what I got on the internet.
I was like, let me shut that off right now. No, Cuphead should be coming out either when you see this early next week. I'm very excited. I'm going to get Cuphead right away.
What was the last game you actually liked on there?
How long have you been waiting for Cuphead?
Was it,
The last game I played on there was...
what was that game? What
No.
was that game?
The last game I played on it was Arkham Knight.
My last one, I think, has to be
No, not the
Years
last
of
one
War.
you played, but the last one you liked.
On there, Quantum Break.
Sunset Drive.
Oh yeah, wait, Quantum Break,
Overdrive.
right?
But
Was that?
That was last March. But I played Gears of War after that.
Okay.
Gears of War was my last one.
It must have been Quantum Break. Quantum Break must have been the last one I played,
Came
because
out in March. It was a great game.
yeah, I played Arkham Knight. Yeah, because I think I got the Xbox
He
One.
dragged me around to
as a
tell me about
Christmas
Sunset
gift.
Overdrive, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is.
Sunset Overdrive's
He,
great.
he played it for a bit, and then
Definitely get it on the Xbox
That's
One
the
if you
last
have
game
not.
I ever remember him playing on Xbox. That's why I was.
That's probably the
asking
best
the
game you can buy on the Xbox right now is Sunset Overdrive.
The only game that you can buy on the Xbox besides Quantum Break. Anyway,
And
back to the topic. Fucking jackasses talking about random nonsense.
Sunset Overdrive is not random nonsense.
It is. It is. When we're talking about the Xbox One X.
So you have concerns.
So I have concerns, right? And clearly they're not major concerns because I'm never going to get the Xbox One X. But I think that these should be voiced to anybody that is considering buying the Xbox One X. That one of the biggest selling points of the Xbox One X is true 4K. It's 60 frames
most
per second.
powerful
It's going to be the
console
most
ever.
powerful console. And one of my biggest things has always been on this channel, well, unless they make the system modular like a PC, then it's never going to be the most powerful thing on the market. It's not going to be the most powerful console ever. It will be the most powerful console at the time, but it won't be the most powerful gaming device ever. And that's not that. And even that is like kind of a ludicrous thing to say, that it's going to be the most powerful console of all time when the next
in 2020 when the PlayStation 5 comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of a sudden something else is much more powerful. So two concerns I have, right? There's already reports that it's not going to be running the same kind of quality that we were expecting to see out of it, right? The biggest concern being that Destiny is not going to be going to 60 frames per second and it's not going to be in true 4K because of the CPU. The CPU just can't handle Destiny at that level. And from my perspective, Destiny is a very mediocre kind of gameplay style where it's not necessarily graphic intensive.
No.
It might be frame rate intensive because of all the explosions and everything that's going on around you. But I don't see why, if you're claiming this, your system can't do this. Why it can't do 60 frames per second, especially on a shooter where it is important to have
Yeah.
that 60 frames per second to a lot of people out there. And on the other token of it, there's other claims out there, and it's not just Destiny. I can't remember who the developer was, but there were claims from the developers saying like this console isn't running the way that it was promised to run. It's not doing the things that we really wanted it to do and what we were expecting. And it's quite funny how when the announcement came, Todd Howard and Bethesda were really big, like this is everything that we had ever hoped for, but we're not hearing much from them.
No,
and
they're
we've
all
seen,
about that Switch life.
Yeah, and that's the other point is like they've kind of like started focusing on Switch stuff now. So what's going on the Xbox One front or Xbox One X front that they've suddenly decided to, like Bethesda has suddenly decided, fuck you guys, we're going over to Switch and we're going to start focusing on that platform because that seems like a more worthwhile platform to us as opposed to you.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of demos, whether it be at Tokyo Game Show or whatever, there's been a lot of crashes, and like with Assassin's Creed Origins coming out, it's been the Xbox One X. It's like, yeah, it looks great, but my game crashed a couple of times in the demo they were presenting. And that doesn't bode well. You didn't hear that with the PlayStation Pro, and not being the Sony fanboys that we are, but you didn't hear that when PlayStation Pro came out. Yes, I will address there's also problems with the PlayStation Pro on Destiny 2. I don't know if you have heard about this. There's little problems where it will log you out, and it won't be able to do.
Yeah, but I'm still getting logouts on my PlayStation,
Yeah,
where
100%.
it boots me out of the game entirely, and then we can't get back into it. So I don't know if that's a PlayStation 4 Pro issue or if that's a network issue with the Sony working in conjunction with Sony. I have no idea. But if I'm getting it, I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro, and a PlayStation 4 Pro person is getting it, I doubt it's because the PlayStation 4 Pro. Whereas a system crash on a game that's designed for the Xbox One X, you've seen Assassin's Creed Origins, every time we've seen a demo on that, it's always been on an Xbox One X. I don't know if you guys know this, but a little behind the scenes and inside baseball, every time you see that demo, you see an Xbox One X on display.
Yeah.
Every time. And that tells me that Ubisoft is really trying to push Assassin's Creed on the Xbox One X, and if they can't get it to work, if a third-party developer can't get it to work, then a lot of third-party developers are going to be afraid to put their stuff on that system if it's not going to provide a great consumer experience. Now, I said that there was twofold. Actually, Joe, what do you think about this underpoweredness or this system crashing thing?
Well, I was just reading up on it, and the specs of each system, Microsoft is better. But what they're aiming to do is they're trying to get full 4K and 60 FPS. And it feels like they're just locked into that, and they want to force everything to be able to work with that. Like you're saying, you're getting problems with the games crashing, where PS4 Pro is just like, hey, we're gonna okay, if we get 40 FPS, as long as the game's working, not everybody can even tell the difference anyway. If you're a hardcore gamer, of course you can, but I'd rather my system have the games work.
Yeah. I'd rather play the games.
I think I'd like to play the game.
Regardless of what the frame rate is, I'd rather play the game. So I agree with you on that. Like, I'd rather just have the gaming experience. But the other part of what you were saying, like, all the hardware and all the hubbub can be as phenomenal as you want it to be, unless you can make them work together seamlessly, and that's your software. That's the firmware on the Xbox. That's the user interface. That's the system, the operating system that you have on there. Unless that can make everything work seamlessly, then you really got nothing, right? One of the biggest debates out there right now is Apple versus Samsung, right? Apple versus Samsung, right? Apple has this user interface that never crashes, right? So it is considered to be one of the better smartphones. Samsung outsells Apple smartphones as a fact by far, but they don't have a system interface that doesn't crash. They're selling their phones based on hardware specs alone, which outshine Apple's hardware specs all the time. But here's this esteem that's given to Apple. It's the best phone. It's the best possible phone. It's easiest to use. It doesn't crash. It just does what I want it to do. And so there's that debate, right? Like, can hardware actually sell a device? or does it have to have does it have to have a pleasant user experience? Which one is it? Right now, the Esteem is going to be going to Sony, right? Because we can use it.
Yeah, it works.
If Xbox One X comes out and it just doesn't work, then we can't use it. Therefore, you're not getting the kind of credit that you deserve.
Yeah, because there's so many things that are going to go wrong with that. You're going to get the negative publicity. You're going to get the people wanting refunds, money back, all those things. Like, hey, I spent all this money.
I see another Red Rings of Death type of situation happening.
Yeah,
And it's
especially in the
$500.
beginning.
You got to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PlayStation Pro was $400, smartly priced by Sony, 100%. When Phil ended up coming on stage, he's like, "It's $500." I was like, "That's going to be steep," because now people are going to look at it. It's like, okay, the in between consoles of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 and Xbox One and Xbox, whatever the fuck it's going to be called, you have these little interim fucking consoles. It's like, ooh, PlayStation 4 Pro already has the fan base, already has these great lineup of games, and it's only $400. Here's Xbox One X. When am I going to play on it this holiday? Oh, Crackdown got delayed. Oh, there's Forza. Oh, it's a racing game. I'm not a big racing fan. What do you have? And Cuphead, honestly, I love Cuphead. You guys know that from
but you
the
can
show.
play that on any console. You
Yeah.
don't need 4K fidelity to play that.
And plus, it's an indie, and no disrespect, and not a lot of people are going to end up picking it up just by the look of it. Even though it looks gorgeous, some casual players or even hardcore players might be like, it's cool, but it's not my cup of tea.
Well, to Phil Spencer's credit, he said this isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
He said the price point is put there because this isn't for people that are enjoying their Xbox One, people that are having fun on their Xbox One. This is for the gamer that has the 4K setup, the 7.1 surround sound system. This is the gamer that has really enveloped all their time into an entertainment system that really encompasses their living room, and this is an add-on for that. And to Phil Spencer, I say that's a great point, but anybody that's done that is probably on a PC. They're probably on the PC Master Race, so there's really no emphasis on trying to go over to the console. Now, I get what you're trying to do, but you already have that market, and it's not the Xbox market. It's the Microsoft part of Xbox. You know, the people that make the operating system. They have that market, and they've cornered that market. So they know what they're doing. And there's no hardware out there that Microsoft is putting out there that's going to be able to compete with that hardware that's already out there. So, you know, to his point and to his dismerit at the same time, I give him credit because he's like, this isn't for your average gamer. Now, I'm not telling everybody that has an Xbox One to go out there and drop $500 on this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm telling the hardcore gamers, the ones that want to get closer to that PC experience to get this console.
We have that option for you.
We have that option for you. Now, the other part, which is slowly fading away on me. Yeah, I almost remembered it. Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Do you want to give us a hint? Maybe we can help you out.
I wish I could tell you.
The only thing I can think of is even when the PS3, that's when they really started sticking it to Xbox with the cheaper prices. And the Slim came out.
Well, remember,
they undercut them by $50, and it was like, here you go.
We have to remember though, the PlayStation 3 was the most expensive fucking console. It was like $600.
Yeah, it was like $600.
It was fucking retarded.
Yeah, they really tried to like push the buttons over there, and it just did not work out in their favor.
But then what happened was, through time and technology got smaller and smaller, and then those games, Last of Us came out, God of War 3, like Uncharted, series, all these great, amazing first parties came out, and it's like, oh man. And then when the PlayStation 4 came out, I still think the biggest reason why Xbox starts to lose, it's like, hey, this comes with a Kinect and it's $500, and PlayStation's like, cool, we're for the gamers, it's $400. When Xbox was like TV, which had a part to it, but I think the price tag scares a lot of people away. And when you have somebody like Sony who had those IPs and these great first parties, Naughty Dog and Santa Monica and fucking Sony Band, like all these guys that have these great games, it shows that I fear for the Xbox One X because I don't feel, like I said, it's for the hardcore gamer, but I think it's going to even flop harder, and it's going to make Xbox go, all right, what do we do here? Because if Sony does come out in 2-3 years with the PlayStation 5, is basically Xbox could be like, oh, here it is, here's our new one. Because to Sony's credit, the Pro came out last year. The Pro was a nice little upgrade. If you want it, great. If not, cool, it's not for you. But it came there. So you have 4 years, which isn't that bad for a halfway cycle for a new console. With the Xbox One X, it's coming, and then if it fails, are they just going to say, all right, we're done? It's going to be interesting what happens.
Well, and to validate your point, though, think about, there's plenty of games that are on both consoles. So if you want to, if you don't want a PlayStation exclusive or an Xbox exclusive, now you're saving $100 to play a game that's on both systems.
Yeah.
Definitely benefits that.
Look at Destiny 2. First content comes to Sony.
Yeah.
You have a year before it comes to Xbox.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Sony, though.
Yeah, but...
That's not Sony's doing. That's Bungie.
Yeah, but it's still...
That's Bungie saying...
Well, yeah, I mean, Xbox had
fuck
that
you,
with
Microsoft.
Call of Duty, they're like, hey...
No, the
like
Call of Duty thing where
was...
Call of Duty shifted over to Sony, yeah, that's Sony's doing. You can't give credit to Sony for the Destiny.
Yeah, but
stuff.
it's still... It's something where it's more appeasing.
Yeah, but
for Sony.
Xbox did that to themselves.
Yes, I know.
When they said, no, you can't make a new game, and Bungie was like, okay, here's Halo. Enjoy it, you idiot. And now what happened with Guardians? It's like, okay, yeah, that's
multiplayer is great. Multiplayer is great. Single player, we need some more.
Exactly. After Reach, nothing has been as great.
Halo 4 wasn't bad.
Halo 4 was terrible. Compared to Reach? Compared to
Halo 3, nothing compares to Halo 3. That one
that's
scene...
always going to be the argument, is it's not Halo 3.
That one scene where you're in the...
whatever. Compared to Reach, right, there's no Halo that has been... And that's been since 343 has taken over. So that's not Sony's doing, saying, oh, they have the first rights to Destiny. That you can't credit Sony for that. That's Bungie's credit, and that's Microsoft's dismerit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have more to say on this Xbox One X scandal,
84% chance of winning in fantasy. What up?
nobody here cares about that. You understand that, right?
I'm probably at 84.
Nobody here cares about that.
Just you, Nick.
No, nobody here cares. They don't give a shit about your fantasy football, right? There's like at least 124 other people that just don't give a shit about your fantasy football.
That one person does. Girly does. Thank you, Girly.
I'm in the wrong league. I'm sorry. Let me go to our league. I am at 87%. Just in case you want to know.
I generally just don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care.
We have to do a live.
I don't seize the opportunity to just shit on Pete. Right? I make sure that it's earned.
So we have a live show to do, sir.
Oh, do we? Ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to outro us, and you started going off with your fucking 84%. By the way, right?
Which is less than 87.
Okay. You're stalling now, Nick. You're stalling.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any more thoughts on the Xbox One X and how its power compares, let us know in the comments. And
by the way, that's Nick, best ponytail in the business.
Yeah, you see how I'm telling them if they have any more thoughts?
You weren't going to introduce us.
Yes, I was.
We don't need it.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
I changed my team name just so.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pete Anderson. I'm Nick. That's Joe. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And as always, game on.